Okay, so look, you've created your character and you think they're consistent, but you don't know specifically what exactly they're consistent on. So we can see her jawline. It's like a heart-shaped face. Her chin is a little bit flat. She's got dimples. She's got medium full lips. She's got kind of a straight/narrow nose. Okay, it's well proportioned. They're almond eyes. They're slightly upturned, but not too much. She's got arched eyebrows. There's good structural cohesion with her forehead as well. So we can see this character that we created, Anastasia. That is our base prompt. So when we're assessing consistency now across all of these images, what are we looking for exactly? What are we looking for? When we're looking at this image, we will see that her face shape is consistent. Her face shape is quite consistent. Her nose is very similar. Her lips are very similar. Her eyebrows are pretty much the same. The eyes we don't know, but from at least this angle, it does look the same. And then of course her hairstyle is very similar to her last initial base image hairstyle. And so we can say that this is consistent, right? So that's just the face part. Now, if we look at the way her body is positioned as well, and mind you, the way an image is taken in terms of the angle will affect some structural components of how your character appears. Like for instance, if I were to have a picture taken of myself from a top angle view, okay, so like downward like this, my jawline would become more narrow typically. So you have to bear this in mind, how camera angles can affect the way that your character is portrayed. So it's not going to be 100% as well, because this of course is an AI model, right? So it's not going to be 100%, but you're looking for like 80 to even 90% consistency in most cases. Okay, so bear this in mind in terms of the curvature of her body as well as her face we looked at there, but her body as well. Is it the same? It's more of an hourglass figure. Is that the same? Yes, it is. Okay, we can see this hourglass figure there. The sides of her waist and bust is an hourglass figure. We can clearly see. Okay, she's on holiday there. She's in a very relaxed state. The hands are pretty similar as well, although less detail here. So we're looking at the hands. Yes, quite similar. And yeah, the facial details are very similar. Even with the angle changed, her hairstyle is pretty much the same. Like, it's very similar. And now we get into this one. Okay, this is very, very similar as well. And you're going to get some discrepancy sometimes with the eye color. And what I like to do is I like to just mask the irises within Lightroom and then adjust just the color of our iris to match the original base image here. Okay, the original base image, we saw that it was more like hazel green/brown. So you won't necessarily be able to get a hybrid color, but you can get slightly more green there coming through. But we're looking here in terms of uniformity and consistency. Is everything upheld with her body? So we know she's got an hourglass figure, and that's how it would look like from that side view, okay, or that 3/4 angle view, and you know it would be there as well. Here, the lighting and the angle, which is completely different, yet it doesn't break her structure. Okay, we can tell it's the same person, even with her mouth slightly parted open, right? We can tell it's the same person. Here as well, same person. Here, same person, albeit she's got a little bit more spots there, right? Or visible parts of her face are like represented there, but we can remove those in post, like I said. Okay, and then if we create a video of that person, can we see that it's the same person, right? Can we really start to feel the emotion and the essence of that person, which is something that I'll be covering going forward, which is basically breathing essence into your particular AI model, how to make them from an image to a muse, how to make them memorable. But yeah, across all of these images, we can see it's the same person, but we know why it's the same person, because we're looking at specific body measurements, we're looking at the skin tone, we're looking at the like face shape as well, we're looking at the overall harmony in terms of different lighting conditions, how it affects her as well. Does her face look completely like different skin toned even? Because I know with Midjourney, for instance, when I do that, that's what can happen. And I want to prove something to you as well, that even if you have completely different images, like we've got her in a selfie here, we can see that there's uniformity there in terms of her having a hourglass figure. And that is the same person. Okay, her eyes are a different color. She's got more blue colored eyes there, so we would have to change that to, of course, be green colored. But yeah, there's good cohesion here. Okay, there's good cohesion, even if there's a different eye color as well. Like here, I changed her hair color. I changed her hair color to be black, right? Still the same person. Still very much looks like the same person. So this is what we're talking about when it comes to uniformity, guys. really, really going deep in your character and looking at the facial structure, the hairstyle, the lighting and how it affects their skin tone, okay? Their stance, does it look natural? Like the way she's walking there looks very natural. Does she still have an hourglass figure? This is what we mean by uniformity, guys. Does everything feel in line? And by the way, why the particular feet and hands in these images are so good is because I'm using FreePic and I'm using the Mystic 2.5 model to create these. So I use the Mystic 2.5, you can see, and that was a 4:5 aspect ratio with my character of Anastasia. Okay, so that's why I'm being able to get such good fidelity on the hands and the feet, which is typically not achievable in Midjourney, and you can see more of that up on the card there. But yeah, even when you change and you put her in completely different environments, different times of day, it still looks like the same person. Okay, so that's what we mean by uniformity, guys. Now, if uniformity is consistency and morphology is the structural foundation of your character, then what is S? S is style, and style stems from essence. Particular facial shapes, they have particular ways of being, okay? So when we assessed her facial shape in my last video, we get a more of a wholeness vibe, okay? So when you think of like Lululemon, you think of brands associated with her like Lululemon, you think of her being from like Los Angeles. Yeah, she's half American, half Latvian, for instance. These are signs of essence, okay? These are signs of creating our character with a full narrative story. And then, depending upon her life circumstance, depending upon what she's going through, we start to paint a picture of her, okay? Of her style, how she shows up in the world. So all of these match her particular style. All of these match her particular style. They're all cohesive, okay, with how she would live her life. So that's what we're going to be covering in the next video. Feel free to watch that by clicking the card above, and I'll see you in the next video.